lesson 5.2, we will find the intercepts of a graph. Okay, let's do a little recall here. This is the graph, the coordinate plane, the Cartesian plane. We need to make sure we know our axes. Y-axis is here, x-axis is here. If we're going to be looking for the intercepts, we have to know what these two are. Okay? And here's our ordered pair that I want us to plot. 3, 5. In our ordered pair, you have to think about which one comes first in the alphabet, X or Y. X comes first. So the first one is our X. We need to run 3 and go up 5. So 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's our first dot. Okay? So I just want to get a little recall about the coordinate plane. Now we need to find some intercepts. Well, I want you to first think about what the word intercept means. Okay? Think about football. All my football people out there. What does it mean when you get an interception? It means that these two collide. So we want to know, where does this linear equation collide with the y-axis and the x-axis? So here we go. All my football people, intercepts. To hit, run into, think football. All right, so we know that it's going to be this point and this point. So I'm going to put a little dot right there. Okay? When you're drawing your linear function, how many ordered pairs do you need to connect the dots? You only need 2. So right here I have my 2 ordered pairs, and the line is already drawn for me, but next time it won't be. So where does this line hit the x-axis? 1, 2, 3. So x is 3. What's the value of y? That's important. The value of y is 0. That's what I want you to look at here. The x-intercept is 3, 0. So when I'm looking for the x-intercept, y has to be 0. The y-intercept, that's this axis right here, going up and down. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 0, -5. That's the ordered pair where it hits the y-axis. Notice, when I'm looking for, let me get my pen here, the x-intercept, which value is 0? The y. When I'm looking for the y-intercept, I don't want to run anywhere, so x has to be 0. Okay, because this is finding the intercepts using a graph. In just a moment, we're going to do that algebraically. Oops, I need to get rid of this. So here was what I want you to notice. When finding the x-intercept, y is 0, and vice versa. Please make sure you take a moment and write that down. Okay. Now we need to find the intercepts from a linear equation. So you're given this linear equation, y equals 3x plus 2. I put this up here because I want you to remember function notation. You can see it either way. We could have the function of x. Please recall that y and f of x are the same thing. Okay? So I just wrote that to bring that back so we wouldn't forget. When finding the y-intercept, so if I'm looking for the y-intercept, who has to be 0? Which value, x or y? Good. X has to be 0. Okay? Whoops, that's the answer. So let's see what's behind door number 1. I plug in 0 for x, and then I solve. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. So when when x is 0, which is here, my y-intercept is going to be 2. So here's your ordered pair, x, 2. You might want to replay that. When I'm looking for the y-intercept, x has to be 0. I don't want to run anywhere. So where is this line going to hit the y-axis? At 2. When finding the x-intercept, so now I'm looking for x. Which one needs to be 0? Do I want to jump? No, I don't. So y has to be 0. And that's behind this door. So here we have f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. That's our equation. This time, I plugged in 0 for y. So 0 is equal to 3x plus 2. I have to do the inverse operation. Let me get my pen. Okay, right here. I have to make these go away. Plus 2, minus 2. Those are my inverse, 0 pairs. 0 minus 2 is -2. I just bring this down, 3x. Now I have to do the inverse of multiplication, which is division. 3 divided by 3, well, that gives me 1x, so that's good. -2 divided by 3. I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to put that as 0.66. I just want to leave that as the fraction, and that's fine. Okay? So my ordered pair here, my x-intercept where this line is going to hit the y-axis is at -2/3, 0. I have 2 ordered pairs now. Can I graph this function? Yes, I can, because I know that it's going to hit at 0, 2 and at -2/3, 0. So that's our next slide. Here's my graph. Okay? My 2 ordered pairs that I brought over, I want to graph 0, 2. So I run 0, I go up 2. Alright? And then my second ordered pair, -2/3. So that's negative and 2/3. Now this circle's a little big. And if I count by ones, it's going to be kind of like right there. Okay? Right in between 0 and 1. Alright? And then I can bring my line over. And there it is. Alright? That would be our linear function. That's you've graphed it by finding the intercepts. I want you to think, where does this line hit? Where does it hit the y-axis? Where does it hit the x-axis? So review your outcome. Find the intercepts of a graph.